The #1 mistake with a salt and ice trick that is keeping women above XL. I was doing this salt trick wrong for months with no results. Then I learned the exact order and timing of the ingredients and boom, I melted the excesses in days. Now every woman over 30 in my circle is using this. And the craziest part? It costs less than $1. How did I do this? My channel is packed with this question. Everyone wants to know how I managed to reduce measurements so fast without those crazy diets and tiring workouts. I didn't take any of those pills and not even the injections full of side effects. And being honest, I'm not a specialist, okay? I'm just sharing what worked for me. This week I hit 100,000 subscribers on my channel and I decided to spill the beans and reveal this pink salt trick. But attention, it will only be available for the next 24H. So stop what you're doing and pay attention, because this is the recipe that took me from XXL to M in a few weeks. I learned this from my friend Casey. She has been researching safe and natural ways to shape the body for over 10 years. In the beginning, she didn't want to reveal it, but after almost being canceled, she decided to spill the beans and tell everything about this Japanese recipe that even celebrities use to keep within the measurements of the dresses. Do you really think these famous women are taking medicines full of side effects? Not a chance. They can't talk because of the million-dollar contracts with Big Pharma, but the truth is that their secret is this simple recipe called Japanese Manjaro with pink salt. And the best, it slims the waist of any woman over 30. This recipe is 15 times more potent than the famous pens, but it only works if you use pink salt the right way, together with a very curious Japanese ingredient that every woman has at home. I myself had no idea about this until I learned from Casey. And no, it's not simply throwing a spoon into a glass of water in the morning, like some people say out there. But attention, can I give you a tip? If you don't want to see your pants literally falling this week, maybe this recipe is not for you. Want an example? My neighbor Barbara, 35 years old, tested it for 3 weeks and slimmed so much that she needed to renew the whole wardrobe. She said she wasn't ready to melt so much. That's why I'm warning. Be careful, because the results can come much earlier than you imagine. Now, let's go straight to the point. Everything starts with just 2 pinches of pink salt. Women, this is not a common salt. Pink salt is the only known food capable of putting your body in total burn mode 24 hours a day. There are even several published studies showing that it makes you feel less hungry, helps your digestion work just right, speeds up the metabolism, keeps insulin balanced, and still ends that annoying bloating that almost every woman suffers from, especially in that time of the month. When you mix pink salt the right way with this super Japanese ingredient, boom, you have a Japanese soup, and it is much more powerful than the very expensive pens or thermogenic supplements. I call this recipe a bariatric drink because everyone who sees me on the street asks the same question. Friend, did you have bariatric surgery? I always have to explain the recipe, and people get skeptical at first, but when they test it, they always come back to thank me and tell how much they reduced the excesses. So I want you to do the same, test the recipe, and then come back to tell me if it slimmed the face, if it reduced the waist. My friend Amelia, 45 years old, went from XL to S in a few weeks, even eating hamburgers and donuts every day, with no diet at all. She told me that at breakfast it was waffles with bacon. Even my mother had bariatric surgery scheduled, but before she decided to test the recipe for a week and ended up canceling the surgery because she had already slimmed too much. This is incredible, isn't it? To help all of you who follow me, I am leaving the link to the video that made me be desired by my husband again. In it, my friend Casey teaches step by step how any woman can prepare this recipe today at home using only pink salt and 2 ingredients that are already there in your fridge. She created this recipe together with Dr. Okamoto, a super renowned Japanese specialist in female body transformation. And just so you have an idea, at the time I paid $47 to have access to this video, but since today we hit 100,000 subscribers on the channel, I will share my access link to the recipe video for you to watch for free, but only for the next 50 minutes, okay? So be quick and go watch. Just click the button below written, learn more. But run, because Casey and Dr. Kai allowed me to release access for only 50 minutes. After that, the video goes off the air and you may never have access again. Oh, and in this video, she reveals the 3 ingredients forgotten there in your fridge, and that, when combined in the right way, make your metabolism go from an old and slow car to a brand new Ferrari running through the streets of California. All this the sooner you start taking your little recipe every morning. She also exposes 2 tricks that completely change the game for thousands of women. First, the so-called sabotaging green food, the one that everyone says is healthy, but in practice, messes up your body during the early morning and makes you wake up with a bloated belly, even when you swear you didn't overdo it at dinner. And second, she reveals the trick of Hollywood actresses to reduce measurements before filming, no gym, or cutting everything they love to eat. It is a simple trick, with 3 ingredients that are also already in your fridge, and the best, you prepare it in 2 minutes, and in weeks you already feel the difference when it's time to wear the clothes. This little recipe of the actresses was a little secret kept among celebrity nutritionists, and it cost more than $7 $70 in private sessions. So, if I were you, I'd click now on the button below Learn More before they take the video off the air. Watch everything and get ready for a delicious change. The clothes of today can get too loose on your new body. Click, watch the video, and then tell me how many compliments you are going to hear this week.